Everybody has an opinion.
No, I don't think so.
I employ that bloke for when gigs are going bad.
You look incredibly rock and roll.
How would you cook that?
Be more entertaining. I'm glad you like that. It's a little bit of weed.
Boom.
Boom, boom, boom.
I'm trying to think of new things to say. I'm always like, hey.
Yeah.
It's episode 29, guys. Welcome back. This week in comedy.
Excellent. And again, we are with a guest.
We're joined by two special guests. One of them is your neurotic dog in the background, but she's being very good. Luna,
She's on the sofa.
Famous to all of our listeners in the funny in the moment segments.
That's right.
But our guest this week, comedy-wise, he works very closely with Sooshi Mango, and beyond that, his scope includes music videos, commercials, short films, and the 2023 feature film Godless, The Eastfield Exorcism.
Ooh.
His latest short film, Dilemma, was selected for the 2026 St Kilda Film Festival. Please welcome Nick Kozakis.
Thank you for having me.
And did I get that pronunciation right?
Perfect.
Yeah, nice and
From
Greek.
Greek to Greek, this is perfect. Yeah.
Welcome, Nick.
Thank you. This is cool. What an awesome setup, and we've also got a furry friend as well. So that's but not that kind of furry friend.
Yeah,
so,
and Luna's dog's here as well.
Yeah.
Morry's dog.
I also want a bit of a shout out to our producer today, who is my son, Dylan.
Ooh.
Yeah, well done. Yeah, he's 17, and this this might be his career.
Hello, I'm producing.
Wow.
There we go.
ARN, look out. Keep an ear out. New producer in the house.
Fantastic.
So, yeah, good day again, I guess.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
Normally I jump straight into the news, but we can have some yaps as well. What's been cracking? Because the last time I saw you was at the Business of Comedy conference.
Yeah.
Back during the comedy festival.
Yeah, that was a fun day. Just getting to yarn a little bit about the how to make money in the comedy field, and I'm still trying to figure that out. But no, it's been good. Like I've been in post-production with a feature film, which I can't name yet, but that news is coming soon. And then now I'm in pre-production for the Sooshi Mango movie, which I can announce, which is exciting.
Awesome.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And I just watched your Dilemma. That's the short film, not
Yes.
your life. And it was very good. And I won't go into too much detail other than to say it's a little bit mystical, involves a little bit of time travel. And at the end of the day, it is almost that Hitler challenge, isn't it?
It's exactly
Will
that.
you kill Hitler if he was a child?
Yes. Yeah. And that was exactly what our writer, Duncan Samarsinghe, came up with. He's always kind of toyed with that, and he's just an amazing writer and a very funny guy. And he just came out after we had finished the last feature, and he's just like, "Do you want to shoot a short film?" And I'm like, "Man, I'm so tired right now." But he's like, just have a read of it. And I had a read, and I'm like, it's too good to pass up. It was like a two-hander, one day kind of thing.
Yeah,
and quickly jumped Anthony Littlechild in to produce and shoot it as well. And I just knew that it was going to be a good crew and a good team. And my wife, Carlia, she was also the producer on it. And we just made it happen. And we didn't think much of it. We didn't know what was going to happen. And then it got into St Kilda Fest, and that was kind of like that has a special place in my heart because I love that festival.
Is it infanticide? Is that when you kill children?
Yeah.
And it's a comedy. So
Yes, yeah.
Those charges never stuck with me, Morry. Stop bringing it up.
I've wanted to kill my son multiple times, but
He might just kill the podcast. He can just end it now if he wants to. So he's nodding. But yeah, it's look, it's exactly that. It's a very sick, but and watching the audience react to it, which is like the dilemma of murdering a child.
That's right.
And the laughs to the point where you couldn't even hear the dialogue. It was a great reception for it.
It was great. And now the lead actor?
Yeah, Jackson Tozer.
Jackson Tozer. He was great. I've seen him in another dark comedy, also involving murder.
Yeah.
Although you don't see the murder, the murder's happened, and it's called Hatchback.
Yes.
And back to Anthony Littlechild, who was, I think, the DOP for that.
Yeah, I think he was the shooter and the producer for it, and that's how we got Jackson in, because I'm a massive fan of Jackson's work anyway. Across the board, he's done some amazing things. And then when I sent the script over to Anthony, he was just like, "We should get Jackson to play this." I'm like, "Would he?" And he was in, even though he had done like 4 or 5 different short films just prior to that, because it was a big Trop Fest push at that moment.
Yep.
He still jumped on board. And the thing about Jackson is like, he follows the script to begin with, because the script is quite structured and quite dark, and you think this guy's got like such a heavy burden of like trying to avenge or, trying to deal with his daughter's I won't give too much away, death, and then you just let him cut loose and you don't keep Jackson on a leash. You just let him go, and he had the best time and we did in turn. So
comic timing, incredible.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, great.
And his banter with Eliza Matengu, who's the other half of that.
Yep.
Both of them they just had this chemistry, and you see it switch. You see one person's confidence, rise and the other one fall, and it was exactly what we needed.
Is Eliza a foot taller than Jackson?
She's a foot taller than everyone.
Oh, okay, all right. 'Cause there's one scene, and I wasn't sure if she was on a soapbox or but it looked good. The power dynamic was demonstrated visibly, as also in the tone of voice.
Yeah, she's this Namibian goddess, and she just stands tall, and you just look at her in awe, and you're just like, wow, that's some hype. But she's amazing.
Yeah.
All right, boys, let's jump into some news.
Okay.
Kyle Sandilands has settled his federal court dispute with ARN Media over the termination of his $100 million radio contract. After initially seeking $85 million, ARN will now pay Sandilands $12 million, $3 million due in July, and the rest paid monthly until June 2029. So what a little piss baby, I'll say
Listen to my violin.
I know, that's like the biggest welfare payout ever, I guess.
Wow, the
Myself
man's
and
done well.
Anthony have worked with him.
Oh, you have?
Yeah. We've done a shoot with him, and might I say, he was awesome. He was lovely.
He's
really
a really
lovely guy.
chill guy in real life.
I don't know if it's just like the persona, because I don't really listen to too much radio or anything like that, but like he was really accommodating when we wrapped. He wanted to offer to help us pack down, and he was like one of the last people to leave. So
he has a black Sprinter, Mercedes-Benz Sprinter, because that was in the contract that we learned about. I think it was like an 18-seater Sprinter vehicle. He didn't offer that?
No. Maybe the next time we work with him, because the settlement might have helped, right?
Yeah. Well, definitely. Well, he's got a little bit of spending money.
Absolutely.
He should make a short film for the St Kilda Film Festival.
Yeah. Hey, if he's listening, let's do it.
A modern day remake of The Passion of the Christ maybe would be good for him.
With him?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah. Like we'll just pitch everything and see what sticks.
See what sticks. Interestingly, with the settlement, that includes $1.5 million in advertising support from ARN for Kyle's next project.
Oh, wow.
Which is pretty sweet.
There we go.
While ARN will take 19% of the revenue from the new venture for up to 3 years. So this is a very complex settlement that they've come to. Sandilands also cannot work with ARN's direct competitors for up to 9 months.
Oh, that's nothing.
That's nothing.
That's a sneeze. But I love the idea that they still think he's got value and they want to be involved. I mean, that could turn into a great thing. I've just started a new podcast with a guy called Michael Hewitt-Gleason, and we discussed today what's called CVS to BVS. Current view of the situation to better view of the situation. And that's an exact example. So keep a lookout for trainbraindaily.com. Thank you. I had to drop that.
CVS to BVS sounds like you're going to the pharmacy, CVS, for BV.
S. Yeah.
That's, fun.
Yeah, don't hang out with me in an elevator is what I'm saying.
Jackie O is also seeking legal action against ARN. She's seeking $82 million, which I'm sure will get bargained down. She's also disputing a $3 million company-funded share loan arrangement that she said was not fair. So that case is scheduled for October.
Yeah, well, she's probably going to get exactly the same, if not less.
Well, she'll get what's the pay gap? She'll get exactly
75% of that.
Exactly,
Yeah, right.
exactly. That's fair, right?
Oh yeah.
What will be interesting is if she gets more. That'll be a real FU to Kyle if she manages to get a better legal team that gets more than him. Multicultural Arts Victoria has issued a statement rejecting Pauline Hanson's recent claim that multiculturalism has failed and that Australia should be monocultural, quote unquote.
Yeah.
The MAV called the comments unimaginative, baseless and deeply racist, saying they do not reflect what the organisation has seen across more than 50 years of working with multicultural artists.
Multicultural Arts Victoria.
Yeah.
You haven't been involved with them?
No. Yeah. I didn't even know that they were an entity. So, like, maybe I need to do some more research.
You're too plain. You're too vanilla.
Could be.
Yeah.
Could be.
You've lost. In my generation, there was a clear separation between the Anglos, right, and the Skips and the Wogs, right?
Yes.
And then my wife's Chinese. We've obviously got lots of Indians here, and they just see, sadly, all the Wogs are white now.
Yeah.
So you took all the brunt of that racism and for nothing.
Well,
For
yeah,
naught.
it was the Italians and the Greeks, I guess, and then in like probably the 70s, it was the Vietnamese, a lot of Vietnamese coming to Australia, and that's I think when the shift started to happen, and it was like, all right, you wogs are on our side now, like look at these guys, and then eventually it's like grandfathered racism in Australia, right? Eventually, if you stay long enough, you get through the racism and you get to perform racism on others. Isn't that what Australia is?
And then it becomes clankers versus humans.
Yeah. I'm hoping for that day when the invasion happens. Then we're all going to band together, right? And that's when we're past all of this.
I'll be like,
That's right.
Dad, you sound really robophobic.
I'm happy to go against the aliens. It's fine. And by
words,
aliens,
Aaron.
I mean like Martians.
That type. I've said this, I think I said in the last episode, which I'm looking forward to a Martian invasion because then I can say, I built the Great Wall of China as a white guy because I'll be Earthling.
But you can take claim for everything that humanity's done. Yeah,
the
I
pyramids,
hear.
they are mine.
Yeah, they're ours. Yeah.
You're from Dandenong. Yeah, that's right.
Are you actually from Dandenong?
Yeah, Dandenong Public
Hey,
Hospital.
look at that. Like, I'm a Noble Park boy, born and raised. And
I grew up in Noble Park, Keysborough. There we go.
There you go.
Yeah.
And you?
I was born in Ballarat and my eldest daughter was born in Sunshine Hospital. So
Wow, look at the bogans.
big bogan energy here. The 2026 Logie nominations have been announced with Julia Morris and Sam Pang both nominated for the Gold Logie. Who do you reckon will take it?
Well, Pang's not doing it anymore, maybe
Well, no.
because there's an insider telling him he can't be presenting if he's getting awarded. I reckon that's it.
Oh, yeah, I'm going Pang.
Yeah.
Just because he's got a close connection to a couple of friends of mine, so I hope he gets it.
I think no shit on Julia Morris, great chick, but I think Pang's probably more worthy of a Gold Logie.
Yeah, and definitely not a monoculture.
No, I don't think so.
I'm just bringing it back to Pauline Hanson and saying, her monoculture comments just so dumb. Yeah, sorry.
Oh,
Back to Sam.
100%.
Well done, Sam. Well, good luck, Sam.
Yeah, well done, Sam. Too bad for you, Julia.
We've called it.
We've called it. And wrapping up the news, the Defrost Festival has announced its 2026 program. It's returning for its 5th year from the 29th of July to the 8th of August. It's a Melbourne Improv and Sketch Festival. I'd never heard of
Oh,
it.
this is good.
Feature more than 50 productions across the improv, conspiracy theatre and theory bar, covering improv, sketch, parody and experimental comedy.
Fantastic.
So that'll be a good one to check out.
Experimental comedy. That sounds like any Friday night at Sellers again.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Have you dabbled in comedy performance yourself, Nick?
No, aside from like maybe a cameo in an early short film.
Yeah.
But other than like just directing it,
Yep.
I'm kind of always in the background, behind camera.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And you like to tell a story. Is that?
I love telling a story. Like, it's just, I think that's more in my nature than actually being in the front. Like, I mean, once upon a time it was Larry David that was behind the scenes. And
That's
maybe,
true.
when I'm like 60 or 70, I can go in front. But like until then, I'm just happy to help get the best people in front of the camera to tell that story.
Yep.
Which I respect. A lot of young filmmakers, you'll always, and oftentimes it's because of lack of, cast and crew and things like that. They'll always be either cameoing or the worst is when they're starring. And it's just like, mate, take a day off, just focus on one thing. And I do respect sort of growing into that role where you can finally do those two things at once. Like you see, I love when veteran TV actors who have been on like Star Trek or whatever for years will direct an episode and it'll be just really peak and you'll go, damn, they had that in them because it took that time.
Yeah. Look, it's just I think this is where I'm most comfortable, which is like just kind of bring the vision to life. You know? So being that we mentioned it before with the Sooshi Mango guys, it's just taking their IP that they've built such a huge and solid foundation for and such a massive following. It kind of gets a bit daunting where it's like, you're jumping in late into the game.
Yep.
And these are guys that I've been watching since I was like, on the early days of Facebook,
Yeah, right.
and then jumping into that and trying to bring that vision to life in a different way, not just shot like on an iPhone.
Yep.
It's pretty daunting because it's like, is it going to be too far? Is it going to be too big of a contrast?
Yep.
But it worked out. It worked out in the end.
And the three guys that are Sooshi Mango, Greek and Italian, I believe.
No, they're Sicilian, so they could be Greek.
They could be Turkish. You never know. It depends on
there
how
we go.
tan they are.
They'll hate this. But yeah, they're Italian. They're
Italian,
all three
okay.
Sicilian, so Greek basically. And,
You heard it here from Nick.
And yeah. So they're like my three older Italian brothers that bully me. on each production. No, they're great. They're fun to play with, and yeah.
And I understand that the name Sooshi Mango came up for their kids. Came up with the name.
Yeah, I think it was Joe's kid that came up with it. Just they needed a name, and he just threw it out there, and it just stuck.
Just random words at the dinner table.
Yeah. And then you get people that are like trying to get involved with the movie and they're using the word sushi for the food as opposed to SOOSHI. So, but it's a very unique name and it stands out.
No, it's fantastic. Sushi Mango. I would not want to eat.
Oh no!
Actually, you know what? I'm sure Nobu or something has
Someone's
a beautiful.
done.
Yeah. I think that's an uncultured monocultured opinion there.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, from Dan and all.
That's it. I'm thirsty.
Get on the beers. That's appropriate. Just do it.
We have a Red Bull fridge from, I believe that one was in the Rubber Chicken, a great comedy pub, no longer running. It did used to have Red Bulls. Now we stock it with our beers.
I'll just have it on standby as the non-drinker because it's a great looking can.
Now, every time that Morry is not able to pick up a beer, I go and get it for him. And inevitably, it is always usually weed themed. And it's no different today. We've got Field Trip. It's a West Coast IPA. It's got lovely little marijuana buds on it. Field Trip is your shortcut to the good stuff. A proper West Coast IPA, clean, firm, bitterness up front with layers of grapefruit, pine, and a touch of dank resin.
Well,
you know how I love my dank resin.
I do not know what that means, but I thought they were artichoke.
I'm so
that's
innocent.
so
Cute. Well, this is a proper 375ml can.
My goodness, 7%.
It's a 7%. It's a 2.1 standard drink in here, so the pregnancy warning is prevalent. No one's pregnant here, boys?
No.
All right.
And Nick, if you're not a drinker, I would recommend don't drink this. This will have you doing cartwheels.
Yeah.
Knock your socks
By
off.
the end of it,
Yeah, give it to your wife.
she might be pregnant. No, she's not. She's not. We're not announcing anything.
She will be
yet.
after drinking this.
Wow.
So it's very resiny, which I really like. It's got that sticky.
Oh, it does, on the back of the throat.
Yeah.
Right. Is that a marijuana type of
Correct.
Of text?
So to take you into some cannabis science briefly, good marijuana has what's called trichomes, which are little glassy crystallized bits where a lot of the THC is housed. And that sort of, when burned, can produce with the offshoot of all the leaves and stuff, the sticky resin that we know, which if you're in desperate times, you can also smoke resin, but I don't recommend it. Drinking it, though, very nice.
Dank resin.
Dank
If anything.
resin.
Yeah.
Oh, well. Well done.
Alrighty, bit of history for you. Cop this. In 1897, on the 19th of June, Mo Howard was born in Bensonhurst, New York. I always do that. He was born Moses Horwitz, and he became the leader of the Three Stooges. There you go.
Do you know which one he was? Mo.
The one with the bowl cut?
Oh, I don't know. That's That's all I know.
Yeah. Isn't that
I don't know.
Well, there it is. So,
And he was born.
he was indeed born.
Fantastic. And lucky he met the other two gentlemen.
Well, yeah. Otherwise, he would have just been a stooge.
Yeah, that's right.
In 1947, on the 23rd of June, Brian Brown was born in Sydney. Brown appeared in more than 80 films and television projects, including Breaker Morant, The Thornbirds, Two Hands, which is probably one of my favourite films ever, Cocktail, and Sweet Country. Brian is still kicking it, for those who, because I was like, 47, wow. He is still kicking it, and he splits his time between Sydney and a farm on the New South Wales North Coast.
Have you done any work with him?
No, I wish I had.
There's still
because it's
time.
amazing. Yeah,
He's still around.
You can still get him going. I just got to find the right role. Dilemma part 2.
Yeah, cocktail too? Maybe it's a cocktail of medicine, tablets that he has to take.
Yeah.
For his heart palpitations and angina.
But that's why, movie magic. You could just swap him out with a stunt double and they can do all the crazy stuff.
That's
right?
true.
So it's like, yeah.
On that note, have you, in your movies, done stunts?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. The last film was very stunt heavy. It's an action horror and that was insane. There was a lot of stunt. To credit to the actors, they did a lot of their own stunts. But when insurances came in, then it was like, hey, no, we're going to give it to someone else. So,
Right.
And they were disheartened by it. But, it was better to injure the ones that we didn't need for the rest of the shoot. So,
Can you give us any insights? What we're talking? Car jumps, Dukes of Hazzard style?
we had a lot of fighting, a lot of shotgun violence, a
Right.
lot of, getting thrown through walls and doors and all that. So, yeah.
Would you have to get an armourer or someone for the guns? there's a particular
Yes.
job, isn't there, that someone
Yeah.
looks after the guns and
Yeah.
you know,
So we had a few things. We had a safety supervisor,
Yep.
an armorer, and a stunt coordinator. So
Right.
it's like 3 different roles there. So like you're not handling too many things.
right. And you checked his surname wasn't Baldwin, right?
I knew exactly where that was going.
You know what though? It was so like touchy because like our set was on edge because of all of that.
Oh, of course.
all of that stuff, and rightfully so. But yeah, it was that's hectic.
Too soon.
Too soon.
Apologise.
A lot of practical effects. I love practical horror
Yes.
effects. My favorite thing, and it's something that I've taught my kids as well in terms of the horror genre, is it's like anything AI or heavily CG these days. Our brains just sort of blank it out. It becomes almost one-dimensional and boring, and practical effects are so deep and like just awesome. I love them. I love practical makeup effects and stuff, gore.
And that's what we love as well. It's like it's just kind of like the magic in movie making, how they do that, and like we find that fine line of like doing it practical and doing like little touches and
Just tweaks,
in
yeah.
VFX to kind of clean it up.
How much blood did you use in Dilemma? Because Jackson's standing there and his whole face is covered in red blood.
He got drenched. It just keeps getting worse and worse. So like there was a lot. So Beatrix did a very amazing job. First time ever on a film shoot, like on a professional shoot, and loved it. Loved the whole experience and had Beatrix's whole family came in to support. But yeah, lots of blood.
And what is it? It's fake blood you buy from the
it's like-
convenience store? How do you get
you can
blood?
get like you can make a mix. It's like a bit of red food
Cornstarch.
dye, corn syrup, and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, there's like a whole art to it. But yeah. And then sometimes it's hard to clean off and you're just sticky. I've seen people go from our sets and drive home and they've gone through drive-through and then like imagine that side. So
Yeah,
it's-
wow.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
On the 20th of June, 1948, Toast of the Town premiered on CBS. I hadn't heard of it. Had you?
No.
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 Well, it later became The Ed Sullivan Show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right, which changed.
So their first episode had Dean Martin and Jerry Lewis, which is pretty hectic, along with Rogers and Hammerstein, who, for those of you who don't know, were a huge musical theatre writing team. They did Oklahoma, the South Pacific, King and I, Sound of Music. So pretty stacked. In 1978, on the 19th of June, Garfield began its nationwide syndication in 41 newspapers. Created by Jim Davis, the comic strip turned the lazy, lasagna-obsessed cat into one of the most recognisable comic characters in the world. And it's still syndicated.
Still going.
Still going.
I can't believe it's still going. That's insane.
It's hectic, isn't it? Wrapping up history in 2014, on the 18th of June, Josh Thomas's Please Like Me was nominated for Europe's Rose d'Or Award. You ever been to the Rose d'Or Award?
No. What is... I'm guessing that's
It's like their TV. It's like their actor awards.
Yes.
So Please Like Me had already won an actor at that stage for Best Comedy Television Series. And to this day, it is still the most known Australian comedy overseas. TV comedy.
Oh, TV comedy.
TV comedy.
Oh.
Which is crazy.
Yeah. No, I'm trying to think of a...
It was huge. I was, I'm definitely of the Please Like Me generation, and it was massive.
Yeah.
So
I would have thought Colin from Accounts is making some waves.
Fisk.
But Fisk?
This
Yeah.
is
Fisk is
growing.
huge,
Yeah. Just got to appeal to the French, I guess. And Please Like Me was Josh Thomas was playing a gay, was playing himself.
He's playing himself, yeah.
Who's gay.
Just like a gay autistic young fella.
And coming out and meeting men. And did he live with his mum? Because I never really watched it.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
he lived with his mum.
Yep. Very
That's
relatable.
All right. Morry, Nick. I don't know if you know this.
I don't know if you know this, kids. Has it ever made you go?
In 1997, millions of Lego pieces fell into the ocean after a cargo ship was hit by a rogue wave off the coast of Cornwall in the UK. It was travelling from Rotterdam to New York when it lost 62 containers. Now, one of those containers held 4,756,940 Lego pieces. Most of them were sea-themed.
Oh, were they?
So the spill include hundreds of thousands of flippers, scuba tanks, spear guns, life rafts, octopuses and sharks. Pieces were washing up across the UK, Europe and even as far as here in Australia as recently as February 2026. Now, again, this happened in 97.
Wow.
Lego Lost at Sea reported that a very small life jacket had washed ashore. I know,
awesome.
that was so cute. The spill has since become a case study for accidental ocean events and marine plastic pollution. I don't know what it is, but there's something in that about like that one fish that has feet just walking around the bottom and being like, fuck, how did I stand on a Lego? Like hectic.
Like screaming.
Yeah. Or like,
Nowhere safe on the planet now.
or like, what was it, MH17 or whatever that plane was that went missing? They all
Yeah.
just shrank down. There's so many jokes there, guys.
Oh, dear.
But yeah.
That's fascinating. So, look, had Tom Hanks been the recipient of all that Lego, maybe he wouldn't want to have had left. That's a
Could have built a house. With,
He could have built a house.
Built a raft, built a house, built a new Wilson.
That's a lot of Lego. Wow.
There it is.
Great. I was a big fan of Lego. In fact, one of the best things about having a child is that you get to go back to having Lego again. Unfortunately, there was a window where I'd thrown out all my Lego, sort of 30 years of that. But then I got to go out and buy more Lego, and I'm getting flashbacks on Facebook now because my son's 17. So 15 years ago or even 17 years ago, well, probably not because babies will choke on it, but let's say 15 and 12 and 10 years ago, all my Lego that I created, and not from the instructions on the packet.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but my version of what a truck should look like.
Yep.
Yeah.
My ex-husband and I used to buy all those for our kids as well, and have like some farm scene, and we'd just build like a Death Star out of it, or all mismatched pieces.
Yeah, right.
It's got about did you start with Duplo? Do you remember the bigger?
I know it, but
one?
no, I
That
didn't.
was so boring. See, I grew up with Meccano.
Oh.
So,
Old school.
Can't relate.
I try to use the same excuse with Georgia, so I play a lot of PS5, and I downloaded the Peppa Pig game, and then it stopped when I started playing Grand Theft Auto, and my wife was like, you can stop that now. And Resident Evil, that didn't fly anymore.
That's hectic. I play a lot of PlayStation as well, and I've gone back to Skyrim recently.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm playing it modded because I was so purist. I'm playing it modded now, and oh my god, the dragons can be like Thomas the Tank Engine. I'm sure there's a Peppa Pig companion. It's just good times.
So yeah, if I could just get skins for all my characters, then it should be fine.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
And Peppa Pig goes into a zombie apocalypse.
Yeah, sure.
Right. Nice.
She probably has like a mad carry weight as well.
While we're talking about horrors and movies and so on, you said there's one coming up that you can't talk about. Can listeners get involved, for example, in a movie? If they've got an idea and they want to film, could they come to Nick Kozakis?
Yeah, absolutely. I encourage everyone to just kind of network. I think it's a big thing that I know some people that just don't have the time and the capacity, and that's all good. But like, I try to give back as much as I got, like, reaching out to people like the Cairns brothers who did Late Night with the Devil. They've been super helpful.
That was so good.
Brilliant.
Again, as someone who is so into that indie horror genre, what a great, I hope David Lynch saw that before he died because it was just so sick. I think he would have loved it.
Yeah, it's, they've been so generous with their time and they've helped me out a lot. They're good friends now, but like, they're just absolute mentors and heroes of mine. So that's just, I like trying to help people with their kind of journey. And it's just like, whether it's like listening to a concept or giving some feedback and advice, like one thing that helped us out with our short was it was quite tight and contained, and that helps you get into a lot more short film festivals rather than doing like a 20-minute film, because like they'll want to program as much as they can to get more people in seats. So I'm always up for like a discussion and having people reach out, and more often than not I get back to them, unless it goes into like some weird spam folder and I miss it. But generally I'm always up for the conversation.
Well, that's great, because I understand that Anthony Littlechild, who you mentioned earlier, who's someone you work with regularly, including Sooshi Mango, that he bumped into Jackson Tozer at an after party at I think at a St Kilda Festival years ago, and they had said we should collaborate or we should do something together. And then I think it was Hatchback that they did. Were you involved in Hatchback?
No. Just like just the supporter from the sidelines.
Yeah.
But that's exactly it. Like
so it's networking,
Yeah, networking's big, and Jackson's like really good like that. I tried it with Sarah Snook, didn't work out yet. But that was a few St Kildas ago. Yeah. But it's just one conversation can lead to another, and you can go pretty far with it.
Yeah, great.
And that was the same thing with the Cairns brothers, and even the guys that did talk to me, the Philippus. Like I met them at South by, and the conversation started from there.
Got a network.
All right. Moz, you got a funny in the moment?
I do, yes. It happened, and I was like, oh, fantastic. I can say this on the podcast. And
it's what we live for these days.
Yeah. For Nick's sake, funny in the moment is where Lily and I, independently, try to make a stranger laugh.
Yeah.
Might be someone in the community. It might be someone you're interacting with tacit negotiation, buying a sanger from Bunnings or something like that, or going into a butchery or something. And then you have an opportunity to say something that puts a smile on their face. Yeah. Wouldn't put a laugh on their face. That's
You want to know how I got these
Glasgow.
stars?
yeah, that's putting a laugh on someone's face. Yeah, so this involves actually the Limerick Arms, which I'll be at tonight. In fact, you'll probably pop in as well, won't you?
Yes.
The Limerick Arms is our one of our venues that we do, the Hard Knock Knocks Comedy School. And anyway, I was setting up some staging there a few weeks ago, and as I was walking across Park Street, heading into towards the city, I heard lots of honking. Now, Clarendon Street, as you may know, Nick, has a lot of hook turns. And for those outside of Melbourne, a hook turn is essentially a religious behaviour that drivers here know very well. It is where you turn right by going into the left lane.
Yes.
And it originated because of the tram network that we have and still have. I think Sydney probably had hook turns in its beginning, but they got too wealthy and they pulled out all their trams and they got rid of hook turns.
Yeah, and now they can't turn right
Or
anywhere.
left
Yeah.
or anywhere.
You can't turn
That's right.
in Sydney. You've got to go straight to the hills.
Exactly.
That's bad.
In one direction only. And that is the hook turn. So I heard honking. As soon as you hear honking on Clarendon Street, you know it's someone from out of town who's trying to turn right in the middle of the lane. As I walked across, I saw a couple, husband and wife perhaps, sort of looking a bit shocked and going, oh, what's going on there? And I said to them, he must be from Sydney. And the woman laughed. And that's all it took. And I think it was a beautiful, I could have said many things. I could have said the nationality or the age. It turns out it was an old white guy, right?
Wow.
Yeah, I know. But I think the listeners have probably made assumptions about who it was. Maybe a new Australian, for example. But I don't think it was. It was just an older bloke. And I think calling someone from Sydney as an insult for every mistake is just the way that we get rid of racism.
Yeah.
We create a multiculture by blaming everything on Sydney.
That's it.
Anyway, the
I think
woman
I'll take
laughed
it.
and she went, ha, 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 that's funny. And I kept walking and she had a great laugh and it was just a moment in time that no one was too upset.
Now, I mean, I have a story, but it's not a funny in the moment. But I did immediately think of, I need to say this on the pod. So here we go. I have a medicinal marijuana prescription. I know that's going to shock a lot of listeners to hear that I am a participant, but I am, and it's legal, and I love that. And I also own a Hilux, which is also legal. Thankfully, women can drive Hiluxes.
But side saddle.
That's it. I've got to hang my legs out the window. That's fine. But I thought to myself, I've never hotboxed my Hilux. And, when I was a teenager, it was so cool to hotbox.
Okay, the guy that thought that this was an artichoke on the side of the can and you said it's a bud of marijuana. What is hotboxing?
To be fair, Unc grew up in the 80s. So, sometimes I think that you're just, acting, bro.
And when you say unk, you mean me because I'm like an old uncle. Is that the reference?
Am I a chopped unk? Yeah, you're a chopped unk. No. Okay, so hotboxing, for those of you who grew up under a rock, is when you fill a space, usually a car, with smoke, usually marijuana smoke, and, imbibe. So I was like, I haven't done it. I have a canopy. I love the canopy. So I put a rug down in there and some pillows. And I said to my partner, let's christen the canopy. Now I live in South Melbourne and I live out the back of, there's a lot of brothels right next door to me, which I don't mind. It's fine. We share an alleyway. Lots of clients walk back and forth. It was nighttime, and so my partner and I were in there. We're smoking it up. It's going great, and it's getting foggy in there. Think like Titanic, Rose, the handprint, all that's going down. And then we see a client. We'd open the window, and smoke had come out, and we see a client just walk, and he was about to go into the brothel in the back entrance, and then he saw us, and he just kept walking. It was really awkward for him.
Oh.
And so we also didn't want to get out of the car while he went and stood in the alleyway further away, and we didn't want to get out, and so we're in a stalemate, right? He's standing there, we're standing there, and then we see another guy come and meet him, and they're doing some deal, they're doing some drug deal, and we're now scared. We're like, we can't get out right now. So we wait for about an hour.
Oh, and he doesn't know you're in the car?
No, he doesn't know we're in the car. It's awkward. Finally, I have the bright idea to wipe the window and just have a look outside. And as I do this, much to my dismay and amusement, I see that there was never a man standing where I thought there was. It was just a pole. And everything else thereafter that we had seen was just imagined.
Thanks to the artichokes.
So we spent up to 2 hours in the back of my canopy, in my backyard, essentially, freaking out over nothing. It was funny in the moment.
And that's one of the drawbacks of marijuana. You
get a bit paranoid. I wouldn't say I was paranoid. I think I was just being more considerate of the neighbourhood. However, the hotbox is really quite, the canopy, it's really quite airtight. So
essentially, it's an efficient way of consuming a drug because you're re-inhaling the exhaled
Correct.
smoke. Well, children, I hope you've learned something from this drug-infused episode.
I had a weird circumstance the other week where I was on a shoot and then I crossed the road and took a phone call, and there were a couple guys that would come up and then leave. And they just stare at me, and I'm like, I was just sitting in front of a house, and I didn't know what, and it was just bizarre. And a woman came out of the house and started grilling me, saying, get out. I don't want you here, like more profanity. I'm like, I have no idea what I did. So I walk off, and then those guys sort of came back and went in, and I told everyone that I was, I was just grilled, and like, oh yeah, that's a brothel. Like you were standing in front, and you were kind of pushing away the clientele because they were just
nervous.
Why is this random dude, Greek guy, just standing in front, sitting in front of the house?
Were you dressed as an Orthodox Greek priest?
Absolutely. Yeah, I had it all decked out. That's right. I guess that was the problem. They
wearing that right
exercise
now.
their demons.
Oh, that's right. You don't need to do it, brother. Come on. Yeah. Fantastic. Well, Nick, thank you very much. There's a movie coming out we can't talk about. The movie Dilemma we can talk about.
Yes.
We can't show it quite yet, but it involves children getting murdered.
Yes.
And if you missed it at the St Kilda Film Festival, which is now over,
yep.
Is it coming to another film festival?
We're playing at Perth, Revelation Film Festival, so that's exciting. Anthony and I are considering going just to go to Perth and hang out and watch it close at 4:00.
PM, that is, yeah.
The whole city. And then, we love it there. And it's going to play at different festivals. Eventually we'll get it up online.
Yep.
And I haven't given you much of a tangible thing to take away from here because it's like I've got a project that's being made, one that's in post that I will announce, and when that happens, I'll come back with more details. And then, and then Dilemma's sort of kind of floating around there.
And the Sooshi Mango movie that you're working on, when do we
So we
get that?
start production August all the way through to September. So we're going to be calling all the ethnics to come and join in and be extras. So if you're ethnic, even if you're not, just come and hang out.
It'll be like that opening scene in Looking for Ella Brandy where they're making tomato.
Yes.
Except instead of passata, you're making a film.
Yep, exactly. And we've got like a massive fight sequence as well. So we're going to have Braveheart levels of like crowds attacking one another.
With 5 o'clock shadows.
But it's the ethnics versus the other crew that will eventually divulge that information. The other crew.
So it's not a new age romper stomper then.
No. It's very fun. It's a very lighthearted. It's an underdog story. So we've got like a lot of dodgeball in this, where it's like they're the ones that are trying to not be attacked by the bigger corporate people. So
okay.
If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
Exactly. Yeah.
Fantastic.
All right. Well, we'll chuck all your socials up so people can follow you, see what you're up to.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you, Nick.
Thank you for having me. This is so much fun. I can't wait to come back with more info.
Yeah.
That's it. We'll have you back on. And Moz, that's been another episode of This Week in Comedy.
Be more entertaining. I'm glad you liked that. I just did a little bit of weed.